What's happening, guys? I'm sure nobody's here just yet, but make sure it's not in the frame. Make sure that's set up right. Maybe scoot that back just a touch. But yeah, I am editing tomorrow's video. Thought we'd do a little bit of a live stream. Let me go see if I can get this pulled up here. I'm gonna have to go get my charger in just a second. See what we got here. Get that muted. There we go. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in here just yet, which is perfectly fine. But we will keep it up and going just in case. Alright, let me get Adobe open. Yeah, I shot my video early this morning because I've got some stuff I got to do today, and then of course I got the AFC and NFC championship games today, so I'm gonna watch those. Alright, so vlog 21:18. Editing episode 585. Let me shrink this down so I can see the comments if they come through. Perfect. All right. I'm going to drag this over just a little bit. Yeah, tomorrow's video is going to be, it is a, like a funny things online kind of video, so not anything too crazy. Let me get my audio on here. Perfect. So I don't think there's gonna be a lot of people on. Jimmy Cooper, I love my buddy Jimmy Cooper. What's up, Jimmy? What are you doing, man? There we go. Rasmus, hello. What is happening, Rasmus? Welcome to the stream. Actually, I'm gonna share this about some social. Share this on some social media. Facebook. Just doing some editing here. Playing some Dying Light, watching you edit. How's it going? Nice. I still haven't played Dying Light. I would like to do that very soon. So, but it's going good, man. Just been hanging out. That's about it. You excited about the games today? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna be watching them. It's actually why I'm, which I shot, as you know, Mondays. I do, or what I record Sunday for Monday is the, you know, like the funny things online or whatever, the meme videos. So I just did it early. And I'm just going ahead and getting it edited now. Let's see, come chill while I edit my video on YouTube. There we go. We'll give that a share for the very small amount of people that follow me. What languages are you working on currently? Currently, I'm doing Spanish and Esperanto. Esperanto's the main one that I'm doing. Well, I'm almost done with Esperanto. I have 4 lessons left on Duolingo to finish it. Like 4 levels. And then I started my Spanish one. But the Spanish one I'm working on now, I have a decent base in Spanish because I studied it a few years ago. So it's more like, honestly, I've spent the last week kind of refreshing stuff that I know, because I do know a pretty decent amount of Spanish. Now, I say that, and if somebody were to speak to me, I'd probably be confused as crap. But I have a decent base in Spanish, and I can study both at the same time, even though they're similar, because I've studied intensively on Esperanto for the past few months, and then I've had a base in Spanish, so I don't get them confused, actually. And what I do is I actually read this online. Do you practice Esperanto? I do, actually. I have a buddy of mine named Kyle who does... He does some videos on YouTube as well, but I meet up with him usually at least once a month, and we do just little meetups. Last time was probably the most successful as far as speaking, just because, I mean, every time it's a little bit better because I know more. Kyle is a really good Esperanto speaker. He's very, very good. He went to NASC last year, and it just catapulted him into the next realm of speaking. He is a very talented Esperanto speaker, and he helps me out a lot. Thinking it's going to be Jacksonville, Minnesota, which is pretty cool because it's honestly been the same teams in the playoffs the past couple of years. I think, here's what I think. I can agree with you on that. I think people underestimate Jacksonville. I really, really do. Look, I'm not a New York Giants fan, but Tom Coughlin, and I know that Tom Coughlin's not their coach, but I know that he's in their front office. I think Tom Coughlin has a football mind, and he just knows, obviously, and he knows how to beat. He knows how to beat Tom Brady. I think Jacksonville could definitely. I think Jacksonville could definitely do it, depending on how their defense is. Because the thing is, the Steelers' defense is better than the Patriots' defense, and they ran all over them. I guess Esperanto helps with Spanish, too, because I heard the vocabulary is related to Romance language. Very, very similar. Zamenhof was Polish, but I guess he had a strong influence from French, Spanish, German, because, like, Dankon is thank you, as to where Danke in German. But there are some similar words. Apinau, which is, like, hardly, or at least, is very, very similar. Nice thumbnail, thanks. But the apinas is the same word in Spanish, so there are a lot of similarities. There are some differences too. There are some definitely some what are they called? False. Oh my God, what are they called? I don't know. But yeah, there's some similarities, but then there's some stuff that you can get confused on. So, and I do find myself, strangely, I find myself memorizing words in Spanish based on their Esperanto, false friends, that's it. Based on their Esperanto similar thing, which is super, super weird. So I'll find myself being like, all right, you know, la cama, which is bed in Spanish. I'm like, all right, see, because in English, it's just a second thought. You know, I've known the word bed my entire life. And I think, all right, what is it in Esperanto? And then I say, oh, it's lito. Okay, lito, comma, and I link them that way. You're going to do anything special in the vlog for the Super Bowl? You know, I didn't really think about it until you mentioned it. I don't know, I may try to do something. I would like to do something kind of cool for it. I don't know what I could do, but I definitely wouldn't mind doing something for it. I think it'd be real fun. Maybe, I don't know. A few years ago, I tried to do something for the Final Four, like a little video, and it did all right. So maybe I'll just do some kind of specialty, like maybe even like a sketch or something. I don't know. So, but yeah, man, I'm anxious. I hope the Super Bowl. Here's the thing. I don't hate the Patriots. I'm not a Patriots fan, but they've kind of been around so long that I'm just in awe. Like, I think the thing that's got me okay with it is that, like, we are living in a historical time for football as far as what Tom Brady is accomplishing. And I think that the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, you know what, man? It's perfectly okay what he's doing. Like, in our lifetime, there will probably never be someone do what he's done. I know, blah, 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 he cheats, blah, whatever. But, and I get that people say that, but it's crazy the stuff that he's accomplished, man. And I don't think in our lifetime that we'll ever see anything quite like that. So, you know, having that history is pretty cool. But I'm not going to lie, man. Jacksonville versus Philly or Jacksonville versus Minnesota, just like crowning first time ever Super Bowl champion. God, that'd be so awesome. And I don't mind Jacksonville. I kind of like Jacksonville. I just wish that they didn't have those garbage helmets. I really hate those helmets. It should do a better job of, should definitely do a better job of like fading into the, like the black from the gold. I don't like just the split down the middle. Rasmus, what languages are you studying? Are you studying anything right now? Gotta go get my charger here in a second. Let's see, let me refresh this. I don't think nothing is working here. And, oh god, where's my scroll bar? No, what is it doing? Why did it take everything over there? Thank you. Alright, let's see here. I study loads of them, but actively Danish and Estonian. Nice, very interesting. I've had interest in Danish before, because I really like Scandinavian languages. I really want to learn Norwegian and Swedish. And I know, I've heard, I don't know if you can attest to this, but I've heard that Norwegian is a good one to start with because it can bridge the gap between, like I've heard that Norwegian is the most neutral, like I've heard that Norwegians can understand some Swedish and some Danish, but that Swedish can't understand Danish. I don't know if that's accurate or not. And Estonian, I've never looked at. I know what Estonian is, but I've never actually looked into it. Where do you study that? Because I know, like, I don't think Duolingo has like an Estonian or anything, so I'm interested to know where you learn that at or anything. I mean, obviously, I'm sure online, but like, what are some good resources for that? Some editing. Norwegian has a lot of dialects, so that's probably why it's, yeah, because I know that there's, what is it, Buckmall or whatever and whatnot. Any trips planned for this year? I don't know. Obviously I'd love to go back to Pigeon Forge, but I'd like to do something different, just because I've been the last 2 years. Of course, granted, that's where a lot of my followers have come from, is from the Pigeon Forge vlogs. So I would like to go somewhere. I would love to do a lot of things. I would love to go, it's just money is the biggest issue. I would like to go to Japan, which I know that sounds like oh, who wouldn't want to go to Japan, but like my buddy Evan that lives over there, like I could go over there and not have to worry about paying for like a hotel or anything, so I'd literally just have to worry about the flight over, obviously food, but that would save a bunch of money. The problem is, it costs a crap ton of money to get over there. If I could save, I would love to go. Probably stay a week or 10 days or something, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a possibility. So I'd love to do that. And I don't know, man. I just like to do something different. Something different than Pigeon Forge. I love Pigeon Forge, but I just like to do something different. Danish is like English when it comes to pronunciation, so pronunciation is a big challenge. So if it's like English, that would be alright for me. That's my biggest struggle with Norwegian, because you know how, like, I can't remember what the word is. I think it's like, it's the symbol that's the A, but I think it's like an A mixed with an E, maybe? Like, there's a lot of weird stuff going on there, so. But I like Norwegian. And like I said, I love Scandinavian languages. I would love, at some point, to learn Scandinavian languages. My brother lived in Okinawa for 3 years when he was in the Marines. Says he missed the spearfishing the most. Okinawa, yeah, I would like to go to Okinawa. Evan lives in Tokyo, but I could hit up, like, I'd like to hit, Okinawa is a place I'd like to go to. Nagoya, Sapporo, there's several different places, man. I don't know if 10 days would be enough, but, yeah, that's cool. I don't think, I don't even know if I knew you had a brother, I don't think, Josh. But there's a lot of stuff. Like, I'd love to go to, like, Mount Rushmore. I'd love to go to... He's 1 year older. Gotcha. I don't know if I knew that or not. I'd love to go to, like, Niagara Falls. And then I'd love to just go to just, like, different cities, man. I'd love to go back to New York, to do, of course, I know Niagara Falls, but you know what I mean, like New York City. I'd love to do a vlog there. I would love to, um, I'd love to do somewhere west, Salt Lake City, Seattle, Las Vegas, something like that. What coast do you live on? I live on the East Coast. I am in Virginia. Is there any place you would ever consider moving to? Yeah. Like, I would move anywhere that would give Noah a better chance of being successful than here. So what I mean is, I would literally move probably to any city that I could throw a dart at. Tracy doesn't really want to move, and it's understandable. She's like super, super close with her family. I obviously am close with my family, but my family is there's no way to say it without sounding like a douchebag, but my family is not as important to me as Noah is. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that I don't care about my family, but like, if it was up to me staying here with all my family, or moving to even like Christiansburg, to where Noah would have a better shot at just having like going to college and stuff, like a good college and stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with Blue, but you know what I mean. Like, I would do it in a heartbeat. For Estonian, I took a challenge of studying psychology in Estonia on basis of Estonian. I came to Estonia 2.5 years ago. First year I studied intensively, so daily life is my practice. Well, that's very interesting. Where are you naturally from? Where are you Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like, I don't want to move like super duper far away. That's why I say, like, even if I could get Tracy to move to like the Christiansburg area, just because it is a little bit bigger, and Noah would have more opportunity there. I would like to potentially do that at some point. I always love the idea of living in New York. You can actually take a train from Hinton, West Virginia. Yeah, we want to do that at some point. Like the day rides up there, where you go, you leave at like midnight, and you get up there at like 8 or 9 in the morning. Probably before midnight, probably about 10, because it's like almost 10-hour drive. But you get up there, you sleep on the bus overnight, and then you get up there and you have all day in the city, and then you sleep on the bus coming back. I would like to do that too, man. I'd like to do that. I've only been to New York once, and it was literally for a day. But I would love to go back, man. Love to go back. I wish I was vlogging at the time when I went, but I went like 2010 or 2011. Definitely understand, man. Me and Aubrey will be making the move next year, hopefully. Where are you planning on or trying to move to? Oh, man. Ugh. Why am I awake? Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Ocean City rules, man. I've been to Ocean City. I have an aunt that lives in Maryland. Well, I don't know if she still lives in the same city, but she used to live in Salisbury? I think it was Salisbury. I consider myself a global citizen. I have lived in several countries, none of which I consider as my home country, or as my country. I want to move to Denmark or Iceland. Denmark would rule, man. I'd love to live in Denmark. Denmark seems pretty cool. And I would love to visit Iceland also. I would like to visit Iceland and Greenland for that matter. There's a lot of places I'd love to visit. I just haven't had an opportunity to. Well, obviously, but. There's a train outside my house. What country were you born in, Rasmus? weird because I have my phone. I'm streaming from my phone, and sometimes the comments pop on my phone before they pop on the website. Estonia is much cooler than Denmark. I would love to go to Estonia, man. I mean, you know me. I would love to. I'd love to travel. Would love to travel. What is the language base of Estonia? Just out of curiosity, like, what is it? Because it's not like a Slavic language or anything, is it? What is it? Let's see here. Estonia. Yeah, it's over, obviously. Latvia. What do we got here? Come on. Language. There we go. Estonian. Finnic branch. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Do you want to move outside of the U.S.? Not. I did. Actually, I really wanted to do what my buddy Evan does, which is teach English abroad. He's lived in Korea and he lives in Japan now. I really wanted to do that. But with a wife and a kid, I can't really. It's not really something I could do. It's not really feasible. Unless I made a bunch of money to where she wouldn't have to work and I could raise him. You know, solidly. I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to do that. But if I did move to another country, I wouldn't want it to be a European country. I would want to live in an Asian. I would want to live like in an Oriental country, whether it be. I've always had a fascination, and I used to talk about it a lot in my vlog. I don't as much anymore, but I have a massive infatuation with Vietnam. I don't know why. I think it's because the people there are so friendly. If you ever mention learning Vietnamese, you'll immediately get 10,000 friend requests and people like, I will totally help you, and stuff like that. Born in Iran. Oh, okay, cool. So, you know, it's really interesting to me to see. Signing off, man. Hope you and your family. Hey, you too, Josh. I'll holler at you later, man. But yeah, I would love to live in probably, like, preferably maybe Japan. I would like to live. Korea seems pretty solid. My buddy Evan had a great time in Korea. But then, yeah, Vietnam. But there's a lot of Asian countries I want to visit that people, like, forget about. Like, I want to go to, like, Cambodia. I would like to go to Myanmar. Not to live, but, you know, Laos. No one ever thinks about Laos when it's right beside of Vietnam. But I guess the southern Asian countries don't get a lot of love. It's Japan and Korea and China. Oh yeah, in Thailand, I'd love to go to Thailand, obviously. Harvey, what are you doing, man? You got some videos planned for today? Washer. Editing a Thai horror game video while listening to you. Sounds pretty solid. Sounds like a good plan. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah, I did my video early today because I said I'm gonna watch some sports and stuff, and this will give me some time to dedicate my roughly hour-ish amount of time to study some Spanish and stuff. It's another reaction video, though, Harvey. I'm doing my Sunday video of the, like, just reacting to funny things. I'm not gonna do just memes. I was gonna do like a meme Monday, but I thought Thursdays are the target specific, like Thought Thursday. What did I just do? Oh, okay. Thought Thursday type of thing, and I wanted it to be more than that, so I'm doing basically like Mondays uploads are gonna be just like hilarious things on the internet type of thing. I want to live permanently. That's why I go to learn the language of my target countries deeply. I want to be like a local. It was the same about Estonia, but I chose that Estonia. It's not going to be it. Well, yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it's cool, man. I know there's so many people that go live in countries and can't speak the language and refuse to. Like, there's a lot of... well, as a matter of fact, there's a girl that I know from Argentina who told... There are bars in Buenos Aires that are specifically only for English-speaking people. I don't know, and I mean, I just think that if you go, I mean, I guess it's teach their own, but I've always like it, to me, if I was going to go live in Brazil, I would learn Portuguese. If I was going to go live, especially if I was going to be there an extended amount of time, you know. If I was going to go to Vietnam, I'd learn Vietnamese. If I was going to go to Russia, I would learn Russian. If I was going to, you know, anywhere, I would try to at least be not fluent. I generally don't use the term fluent, but, you know, I would try to be conversational. I'm not saying I want to have like a deep pseudoscience conversation with somebody, but I want to just be like, oh, hey, blah, 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 you know? How's the weather? What are you doing? I'm at work, that kind of thing. I'd like to be able to have conversation. Singapore and Macau are good. Macau are good too. They speak English and many other languages. Yeah, no, Singapore has 5 national languages, doesn't it? Let's look that up actually real quick. Singapore Wikipedia. Well-time J-Horde. Dude, by the way, Cody's a 3rd year Spanish. What is my... Cody's a 3rd year Spanish student, says he would work... Whoa, I did not know that. I will probably have to take him up on that. Any tips he can give me for freaking verb conjugation, man. That's the bane of my existence. And I know that it just comes with time, but it is tough, man. I've always struggled with that. Official languages of Singapore: English, Malay, Mandarin, Tamil. Wow. That's insane. See, I love, I actually could drop the horror off of that. I just love Japanese movies. I do love Japanese horror a lot. Japanese horror, I love the atmosphere. I like that Japanese horror isn't nothing but, of course I'm sure there are these over there too, but I love that Japanese horror is not just jump scares. Like, I remember watching the One Missed Call, the Japanese version, and it was just atmosphere, man. The entire, there was like a 40-minute segment that was just like this slowly getting louder and more intense music, and I just remember it had me on edge, and it was never, even the payoff was not a big jump out and boo, scare you type of thing, man. It was just, it was really, really awesome. Yeah, cool. I would love, I can, if I could just borrow it for a little bit to just study, that would be cool, man. That would be super, super cool. Spanish, it's just so important, you know. He'll be able to use that. He'd be able to use Spanish for, man, just think about like being able to apply for a job saying you speak Spanish and being able to use that to negotiate like a higher salary and stuff, man. I wish I would have, like, I wish when I took it in school that I cared as much about languages, because I had no interest in high school of learning languages. That's a very last decade thing for me. Yeah, I know people usually try to find people who speak their native languages. Not everybody is weird like me, not looking for it. Yeah, I'm all about language learning, man. I want to learn, and I'm not like I want to just learn all the languages. He just laughed, says that was his motivation for learning it. Hey, man, everybody loves more money, dude. And you can actually, if you can get in with the court system, man, for like, and be a translator for people in court, dude, you make a couple bucks, man. You can make a ton of money. Oh, hold on. I gotta get my charger real quick. Give me 1 second. Yeah, my computer's... Oh my god. Let's get out of my face with that. Windows has been trying to get me to update forever. Have you ever watched the Japanese horror series? Maybe. Hold on, let's see. Something Nemu. I can read hiragana, I can't read kanji. Give me 1 second. Whoa, Tales of the Unusual. I have not. I've actually not heard of that. I'll have to look into it, though, because I love watching some different stuff. Yonimuki... Yo... Una Monogatari. Okay. My reading's a little rusty. I haven't studied Japanese in a long, long time, but... Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely... I'll definitely check that out. The way I love the video of yours with Rubik's Cubes about languages. That was the first video of yours that I watched. Did I put that on this channel? I don't remember if I put it on this channel or not. But, of course, even if not, I'll link this channel in that. But yeah, I don't know why, like, I love puzzles. And, I mean, in that video, I even mentioned it in that video. Like, I look at languages as the ultimate puzzle, man. It's putting pieces in a proper form that solves a pattern. So obviously it's a little more forgiving, because if I solve a Rubik's Cube and I have one piece wrong, it's completely wrong. But you know, if I say something in Spanish and I may not have it down exactly, like if I were to say me gusta la agua, even though it's incorrect because agua is a masculine noun and it has an L, they would still understand it, you know what I mean? So that was what I thought I was going to struggle with the most in Spanish, was the articles matching gender to it, but I don't have an issue with that at all. I don't have an issue with that at all, because I just remember the articles with the word. You know, I don't recognize water as just agua. It's el agua, or glasses, you know, or anything, el vaso, right, for glass. Yeah, well, plus two, what really made me click with Spanish is when I looked into German and they have 3 genders. I was like, Spanish isn't too bad, you got a 50-50 shot. On the actual version of Ringu, Juan, Darkwater, Shutter, Pulse, One Miss Call, even Sadako versus Kayako. I hate it when we water down. Dude, I watched the American, and you know me, I can generally take enjoyment from anything, but man, I watched the American One Miss Call, and I was just like, what are we doing to these movies, man? What are we doing to them? But I mean, I guess they have to. The only movie recently that I watched that was Americanized that I thought was really, really good, and this is also coming from someone who, this is my favorite movie of all time, so you would think that it was going to upset me, but I actually really, really like Spike Lee's Old Boy. I thought he did a very good job. I thought he did a very, very good job Americanizing it without destroying the story. And the fact that he kept the absolutely messed up twist at the end, perfect. I do have actual copy. I think I have an actual copy of Shudder too. Japan and other countries don't do it. They will play our movies with either subs or dubs. I don't see why we can't just do the same. Because people, it's exactly why our country's monolingual, man. English speakers in general have a very English is the language that rules the world, so you will obey me type of thing. Not everybody's like that, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying when I say that. But we have a very one-sided mind. Like, we have a very, like, if everybody in the world is learning English, then why should I learn anything else? And I think that even trickles down into movies. They're like, well, heck, everybody speaks English. We'll just do that and we can get away with it because we're America and you're going to love English over here. They do the same they do with anime. Yeah, they do in anime. They'll do it from time to time. We have discussed this more than once. We indeed have. Well, Norwegian is so confusing about the grammatical gender because it's the past. There were 3 genders: neutral, feminine, and masculine. Yeah, that's what German is. Have they changed Norwegian, I guess? I know that some languages just generally go through a natural change. What was it? I was reading something the other. I even read. I'd read not too long ago that even Spain was kind of slowly getting out of the use of vosotros. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but having 3 genders is not that bad either. Many African languages have 5 or more. Holy crap! I know that German and stuff have masculine, feminine, and neuter, but what would the other ones be? That's insane. Almost done with the video portion. They decided to make a common gender by replacing fem with mas, but some still use the feminine. So for the feminine words like book, which is book, you can see both a book or ein book. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Now, I just gotta figure out, there was one video. By the way, I got a Russian horror title for probably the next video after Resident Evil 7. Sweet. Sweet. I think it was that one. Alright. Sweet. So the video portion's done now. Just gotta start all back over and add the photos. This is not the folder I need. Here we go. So I need all of these. And this is what gets time consuming. Okay. Here we go. this. Oh, okay. If I can get my computer to work here. One can replace all feminine articles with masculine articles. It's pretty messy for Danish and Swedish. They don't have feminine, formal, just common gender and neutral. It makes sense. Come on, man. Don't tell me you brought these down in the wrong order. It's going to make it take even longer. What is happening? What the frick am I talking about here? Hey, I was thinking of your part about the editing right next to exporting the video. Yeah. Exporting the video is always a good part. Oh my god, dude, it did. What is happening? Did I not bring down the actual photo that I need here? What in the world is happening? Yeah, it's that picture right there. Where the heck is it at? What's going on, man? I still have mod. Yeah, I haven't changed anything, man. I'm just editing tomorrow's video. So confused as to what's happening here. There it is. Good God. What the freak did that take so long? Cyberdyne is attacking China as we speak. In some languages, they don't even have articles. For example, Estonian and Icelandic, but Estonian doesn't have gender. They use it to come to soon. Yeah, Esperanto doesn't. I mean, I know it's man-made, and that's kind of the point of it, I guess. But they don't have. I mean, it has la for the, but it doesn't use like. There's not a word to represent a or an, which actually is really cool. And at first, I remember being like, this is going to be really confusing, but it strangely makes a lot of sense. And it's also really cool that there's just one word for thee. It's la. And you don't have to pluralize la. So if you're saying the cats, it's not las catas, it's la catoi. The J on the end of the noun makes it plural, and you don't have to worry about doing that with the article. But again, granted, it's a man-made language, so. There we go. Now we should be on track here. Does the same. I like that idea, man. Oh my god, these are all out of friggin' order. No, it isn't. Oh, sweet. Thank God. This should be. Alright. Effect control. What languages do you speak, Yoon Hu? Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Pink. We have square. There we go. What in the world? Why is this doing this? It won't let me drag. Why won't you let me drag? There we go. This is not a square at all. Oh, I hate this so bad. Mandarin. Nice. I studied a little bit of Mandarin. And it is tough. What in the freak is happening here? Alright, you know what? We're not going to worry about that. Let's just delete that. Mandarin got tough for me, well, for multiple reasons, but I really struggled with, oh my god, there's not a way to just delete. There we go. Alright. Like words with like the word for waiter, right? Fu hyun. Like I just, dude, I don't know. I know that I could work towards it, but man, it is hard. The pronunciation and the markers too, man. That actually don't mean anything. They're just, you know, words or whatever. It gets really tough. Really tough. Okay. So there's no easy way to do this. Perfect. All right. Cool. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Sweet. Now I'll be able to speed it up. Finally got my stuff situated here, man. I import all the pictures at the same time. So I can just kind of scroll through and put them on as needed. And it brought them in not in the order in which I needed them to come in. So I had to take a bit of time to get that fixed. But we're almost there now. Oh, I need to... Perfect. What editor are you using? I use Adobe Premiere. There's the video I was trying to find earlier. God. Yeah, I use Adobe Premiere. It is Premiere Pro CC. I didn't pay for it. What I mean is, I'm sorry, I did pay for it. I didn't pirate it. What I do is, I pay the monthly service for it. So I pay 20 bucks a month for it. Because that is way easier than paying, it's like how many ever hundreds of dollars it is. Sometimes I do use iMovie on my phone, depending on how intricate the edits need to be. And that way I can do it while laying in bed or something like that. But it depends. Sometimes I do it that way. Most of the time, my edits are done through Adobe, though. I've never messed with I never messed with what am I thinking of here? Never messed with what is it, Final Cut? Never messed with or anything like that. Okay, now I have to do my quick cuts, so I'm going to have to go on so I can catch my stutters. I understand, man. Keep it up. I'm actually not going to be on here too much longer because all I got to do is put these pictures on and then I'm good. But yeah, man, take it easy. And we'll see ya. And I'd like to, Harvey, maybe within the next little bit, now that we're kind of situated, man, maybe we can start doing that like once a week or once every other week. Just kind of almost like podcast-ish type thing where you just talk movies or games or a mixture of both or whatever. Just waiting on you. I know, man. I know. I'm going to get back over there. I'm going to get back over there. There we go. We're getting close now. Let's drag this over here. Do you have a Switch? I do not have a Switch. I have not got one. I do want to get one, but I haven't. I just have not got one yet. Probably will in the future. I just haven't yet. Boom. Don't forget, guys, even if you are watching this live stream, don't forget I did upload a video today as well. This isn't the video for today, but I did upload a video, so you should definitely check that out if you want to. Icelandic is funny because even for they, three genders, feminine, masculine, and neutered. Spanish, if there's a group of women with just one man, masculine, they'll be used. Yeah. Yeah, there's not a neutral they. It's masculine or feminine. You're right. If it's 100 women and one dude, you use eos instead of eos. I'm sure I pronounced that incorrect. I'm trying to work on my pronunciation. But Spanish, the pronunciation is... Do you speak Spanish, Erasmus? I don't remember if you said. You may have said it, and I apologize if you did. Also, I did, I don't speak Spanish. I tested out, I don't know if you use Duolingo, I did test out Tiny Cards, and I don't like it as much as Memrise. Memrise works way better for me. Same thing applies for French. Even if there's only one man in the group, it's masculine. Yeah. Man, let me tell you something. I would love to learn French. Love it. But... I struggle with French. I've studied French, but I can't. Like, I think I would have a harder time learning French than other languages, and it's because the pronunciation. I really struggle with the pronunciations of French. And it's just... And I know that you eventually get used to it. I know that you get used to the way the language sounds and stuff, but French just seems overly complicated to me. I would love to learn it, though, at some point. I'm thinking about, because this year my language is Spanish. Next year, I may do French, because in 2020, I'm going to go, or attempt to go, hold on. I want to go to the Esperanto Congress in Montreal. It's the first time that the Esperanto Congress has been held in the Americas in, I think, since like the 60s. And I would love to go, and it's in Montreal. But I do also know that Montreal French is different than France French. But, I love Quizlet, especially diagrams. What is Quizlet? I don't know if I know what that is. I think it's all the same in all Romance languages. Yeah, I don't think I know what Quizlet is. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe it's just something I'm not thinking of right off that. Move that. I am going to start. I know people dig the Esperanto vlogs, or the Esperanto speakers do, but I probably will start doing some vlogging in Spanish as I get better. Yeah, the French they speak in Canada is very different from the French they speak in France. Yeah, so maybe I won't. Because that's... Honestly, that's the thing. Esperanto taught me, and that's the thing. I know people go different back and forth on whether or not Esperanto is good to learn or not, and that's not what I'm talking about here. Esperanto has taught me I can learn a language, and I'm gonna start dedicating. Instead of trying to learn multiple or any of this crap, I'm sticking with one, and I'm doing. I'm gonna spend a year on each language. Esperanto, I've spent more than a year on Esperanto, but not all together. But then this last little bit of Esperanto, the last few months, like I said, it's really made me realize that I can learn. That's why I'm doing Spanish this year, just Spanish. Because if I can study it for a year, I feel like I'll be okay. In no way, shape, or form do I think I'll be fully great, but I think I'll be all right. And then what I'll do is do like I'm doing with Esperanto now. Spanish is the main. See, Esperanto, I can hold a conversation and I can speak it, so I don't need as much attention to it. So this year my main focus is Spanish, and as I get better in it, we'll be good to go. And then next year I'll pick a different language, and then I'll probably just kind of maintain my Spanish and stuff like that. What's up, Weirdest News? I haven't talked to you in a long time, man. How you been? ¿Cómo estás? Bien. ¿Y tú? Bien. I'm learning. Don't ask me anything tough. How is the new YouTube rules, or not new YouTube rules, but how is like the constant demonetization affecting you, man? We do need to catch up. It's been a super, super long time. I thought like you were one of the first people I thought about when the new rule, not the new rule with like the subscriber base, because you're obviously fine on that and on views, but when it changed and they started doing the demonetization, like I get demonetized all the time. Like I made a video literally just updating the channel, and I still get demonetized and stuff, which is fine. I don't make money off of it, but it still kind of sucks. But I'm not gonna I won't be affected by the demonetization because I have over 1,000 subscribers, and I did well over 4,000 hours of video last year. It's a system that just needs to be learned. Yeah, I know that there for a while, I think people were kind of figuring out a little bit. Some of it was like if you use cap locks or whatever. I think I have a good handle on it. Yeah, I think a lot of it, I guess, probably has to do with keywords. So yeah, I'm glad that it's not affecting you, or it's not. I'm sure you're. I don't know how the financial stuff works really, but what's up, Movie John? Just hanging out, finishing up my editing for tomorrow's video. If you ever, Ruben, if you ever want to get up the Weirdest News Extra, man, I still don't know if I would have a whole bunch of time to edit it, but man, I could probably find time to do. I'll hit you up and tell you. That'd be, yes, cool, man. Just holler at me. But I would like to. I'd like to do some more work together, man. I really enjoyed doing this stuff for you when I worked a little bit for you. I thought it was super cool. My only problem with edits, man, your edits are so much better than mine. Um, like I could probably hammer some videos out. They just wouldn't be edited as good. But I know you also want, obviously, you want a level of professionalism looking on them as well. Actually, I have a good idea for you. That'd be cool, man. Yeah, I'm all for it, dude. I will. Like I said, I enjoyed working with you before, and also, I still feel very much that a lot of my YouTube career, so to speak, is because of you, man. You hooked me up with that little shout out, and I still have regular viewers. I think you have my number. I think I do, actually. Well, I'm on my phone right now. I'm pretty positive. I'm almost 100% positive I do. Well, I know I've texted you before, so I don't think that I would have lost it. If not, if for some odd reason I don't have it, I'll send you a message on Twitter. But yeah, man, I'm down for link it up. And Movie John, yeah, I agree. We need to do a movie together as well. But like I said, man, I still feel I'm very grateful for the shout out you gave me when I was super, super small. Granted, I'm still small, but you know what I mean. You helped me out a lot, so I definitely am up for chatting and seeing what's going on. Who's your picks in today's game? Gut picks, who I think is going to win is going to be the Patriots and Minnesota. But I do think, I was actually talking to Josh Kaiser about this earlier, I think people are sleeping on the Jags, man, because Patriots defense is not as good as Pittsburgh. So honestly, I think that the Jags are going to give the Patriots more than people can handle. Hopefully, I don't watch this video back like tomorrow and feel like an idiot. But I honestly think the Patriots are going to give them a little bit more than they think that they can handle. And if it's a situation where last week, like, you know how Bell was talking about, oh, I'm looking forward to the Pats, we're not going to, we'll smoke the Jags, man. I think if the Patriots look too far past, it's easy to look past the Jaguars because what the crap, man, they've sucked. Honestly, since, 2000, 2001, when Mark Brunell got them to maybe the AFC title game. I know they were there, like, in 96, too, but, I think that people overlooking them, I think it can hurt them. So, Vikings win, too, I hope. Yeah, I would like to see the Vikings win, man. I'm a Case Keenum fan. I've been a Case Keenum fan since he was at Houston. I really, really like Case Keenum. I'm really happy he is getting a shot in the NFL. Josh's bandwagons. He's a true Packers fan. That's funny. Yeah, I really, really like Case Keenum, man. He was a gunslinger, man. Good God, I remember just watching him play in college and thinking this guy's gonna be awesome. And then it turns out he obviously struggled, but dude, I can remember one game in particular. I was at the Villa. This is super random, but I was at the Villa, and he had thrown, I think, 60, I want to say like 60 or 70 some passes in a game. I mean, he was killing. I know he has the FBS record for passing yards. What is it? Let me see here. Case Keenum, 1,900 yards, man. Jeez, that's nuts. That is so crazy. That is outrageous. Yeah, the Steelers struggled, man. I think had they been prepared, I think they could have won that game. I think that, again, man, it's easy to look past the Jags, and I think that people looking past them probably thought, like, the thing is, you get so far down, like, if they would have prepped for them properly and not been down 21, I think that would have been a different game. But they got so far down, it was just hard. And I know that they came back on them, but once you're down, if they didn't have to play that makeup game, that make up that ground, I think they could have been okay. But they need to figure out something to do with Le'Veon Bell, or they're gonna, I don't know what the deal is. They're gonna lose him. Well, I guess they can't lose him because they keep franchising him, but you know what I mean. He's gonna try to dip, I guess. I don't know. They had no defense. Look, I know I said that their defense is better than the Patriots, but their defense, granted, it does have some holes in it. Obviously, losing Shazier hurt them a lot. I don't know if he'll play football again. I would be scared to if I was him. I'm really, really happy he's not paralyzed. Really, really happy he's been at their practices and stuff. You know, in his wheelchair and stuff. I'm not a Steelers fan, obviously. I think most people know that, but you know, I don't see how anybody can root for somebody to get hurt or anything like that. And I would much rather a team like if Carolina was playing Pittsburgh, I would much rather beat a healthy team than an injured team. So, thanks for the share on the VHS. No problem, dude. I love that video. Obviously, I thought it was really, really cool. And that's my video today actually was, just the kind of doing the same thing that you did, man, showing some of my favorite box art. But yeah, no problem, dude. I don't mind. That's the thing. I don't mind to share stuff. Gonna do a part. Yeah, I would love to see it, man. I don't mind sharing stuff, man. And you fell into that thing where you've never asked for, like, I know it's weird. I don't mind people asking for stuff, and I'm not big. I mean, I have 1,000. You have 1,000 subscribers, so you're doing well too. But I don't like to do non-genuine shout outs. I don't like to do shout outs that feel forced, and that's why I try to do shout outs periodically for people, or not even shout outs, but just acknowledge good work that I like. And I love that. I love that video. But again, you hit me right in a good spot, dude, because I am a sucker for good box art, man. I love good box art. Box art is one of my favorite, like, just good box art, man. I love it. Love it, I love it. But I'll have people all the time that'll, hey, shout me out this or do that and stuff, and I just want it to feel natural. That's my biggest thing. I just want my videos to feel natural. Same thing with, like, if I ever got like an ad sponsorship or something, I wouldn't want it to be something, you know. I do vids on favorite YouTubers too. I had 2 of them so far. Yeah, it's the best way to be, and again, because it comes off genuine, it doesn't come off as sales pitchy. You know what I mean? So I like it. Check them out if you haven't already. You let me know what they are. Well, I had a guy come from your. Strangely, I had a guy come from your channel who speaks Esperanto to my channel, which is like that's a really weird thing right there, but that's super cool. That's hilarious. Let's see here. Where did everyone go? I don't know. It says there's 8 watching, but I don't know. Sometimes people just watch and they just kind of chill. I do think, as far as the Vikings and Eagles go, I think Nick Foles. I like Nick Foles. I don't understand when I watched that game last week and everybody, like, the way that dude, live videos are where it's at, man. It can help you so much. I didn't like last week leading in how they were acting like Nick Foles was, like, honestly, the way that they were acting about Nick Foles was like he was like some kind of like Make-A-Wish kid that they were allowing to quarterback the Eagles because he wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, they were really talking down on him. Not that people talk down on him, but like they were acting like it was a guy that they didn't even know why it was in the NFL. And I'm thinking, guys, he played for the Eagles a long time, or for 3 or 4 years ago, and he has the 3rd highest quarterback rating in a single season in history. That was with no wide receivers. And that was also with a busted up, I think that was right when DeMarco Murray came there too, but he did solid, and obviously, and then he was traded to the Rams, and I guess because of the way he played at the Rams, everybody's like, oh, he's a bum. But my God, dude, everybody that plays for the Rams sucks. At the time, and it's had a lot more to do with the Rams coaching. And so he comes back and he's perfectly capable of leading a team. I don't think he's necessarily the greatest quarterback, and Carson Wentz is a better quarterback, but Nick Foles is good. Where's the They are Tracy. When I was gonna go to church this morning with Tracy, but I had to stay here. I needed to get this video done. I had to clean up the house a little bit. So they're at church right now, probably on their way back right now. That's where they're at, or where they currently are. Quizlet is something similar to Memrise, a system that uses spaced repetition. What I love about it is diagram. One can upload a photo and pick spots. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I like, for example, someone added a picture of a home and then tied it to a spot to learn. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. I love, yeah, Memrise I like the spaced repetition stuff. The only thing I don't like about the Memrise app, I don't think, see, because when I would learn stuff for different languages, Esperanto or whatever, I would learn, I would say, help me remember this, and you get, your little meme or whatever to help you memorize it. And the app, you only have that option if you miss the word, and I don't like that. I don't like that I can't from the beginning say, hey, help me remind it. Like, there's some stuff that I'll remember, no problem. Obviously, like La Zona, right, is a zone, so it totally makes sense. But then there's some stuff that's not even close, like crib is lacuna. So, I could probably, which I know now, obviously, but, like, I could probably use a little bit of help maybe trying to remember some of that stuff. But you can't do that unless it's, unless it's, like, unless you miss it. I'm more into reading to memorize words than flashcards. I can agree with that, for the most part. A lot of the new words I've learned Esperanto wise are from an Esperanto group I'm in on Facebook, and I'll read the posts, and and that's the thing, I'm comfortable enough in the language to where I can read a post, and if I don't understand a word, I can generally contextually put it together. And also, I think there's the one thing I will say, gotta catch a live, got a video shoot today myself, so I can watch. Hey, I understand that, man. Thanks for coming, dude. I think, oh man, my brain blinked. The problem with flashcards are it doesn't necessarily always tell you correctly how to use the word, and that's kind of the thing. That's why I use Memrise and Duolingo as a 1-2 tandem. I'll memorize the words through Memrise, and then I'll learn how to use them with Duolingo, because there are some words that have a little bit of weirdness to them, or that maybe it's, well, for example, all right, just the only way I know how to explain it, in Esperanto, the word ankao, right, which is like also or to, it has to be near the thing that you're talking about. It's not at the end of the sentence like in English. Like, in English, we'll be like, oh, I like to go swimming in the summer also. But like in Esperanto, you would have to say mi ŝatas iri, or mi ankaŭ ŝatas iri. I don't even know if I know the word for swimming. Have I learned that? Nago. I know it's probably something like Nago or something like that. Let me see here. Tuya Botaru. I know it's not Nejo. That's Naji. Okay, yeah, so I was close. So you would say, mi ankaŭ ŝatas iri neĝanta or neĝi in la somero. So that's where it kind of gets confusing. So because you see that and you're just like, and that's, as a matter of fact, I made a poster for the movie It in Esperanto the other day, and that's what everybody was talking about. They're like, you used ankao incorrectly. So in Memrise, I don't like that I can't choose the type of test. For me, Memrise because often repetition test, because often the target language is shown. If you go under your settings, you can generally choose, because I'm pretty sure it's in a setting thing, because I have it to where, to me, it's harder to see an English word and translate it to the foreign language than it is to see, like, for example, if I was struggling with a word, and like aquavitroi, right, which is glasses in Esperanto, that's kind of a weird word. To me, if I saw aquavitroi, I would be able to put that together that it's glasses. But if I see the word glasses and I have to translate it into Esperanto, to me that makes it a little bit stronger in my mind, because I'm having to think about it. Like, and it's kind of like speaking. It's easier to hear stuff and understand it than it is to create text or verbiage yourself and speak. So I'm pretty sure you can do that. You double check it. I would look on my app, but like I'm streaming from my phone, so I can't do that right now. But if I'm not mistaken, man, I think you can. I think you can change that. I know you can change, like from typing and stuff. You can make it like essentially like multiple choice and stuff. The other thing I do on Memorize multiple choice wise is, for example, if the word aquavitroi shows up or glasses shows up, and I'll look down and I'll see aquavitroi, and I'm like, yeah, cool. And then I'll see like Mangilaro, Libro, whatever it is. I will translate those in my head as well, because on the phone you're not timed like you are on the desktop site. Recognition is always easier. Production would be from native language to the target language. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm assuming if you're from Iran, I assume Arabic would be your is Arabic the or Iranian? I don't know. I actually don't know what the Iran language. Persian. Fair enough. How did I not know that? I feel like I knew that and I just didn't remember correctly. Because Persian, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Persian has that really cool script font. Also known by Farsi. Yeah, that's right. 45 million native speakers in 2007, 60 million in 2009, and 110 million total speakers, including learners. That's cool. Man, I feel like learning that alphabet would be hard. Oh, man. I am tired. Video's almost finished exporting, which is exciting. Anybody else have anything, man? Anything you want to talk about or anything? Because if not, I'm probably going to jump off here and do some... I got to finish some laundry. I got to take a shower. I got to do a whole bunch of stuff. So, does anybody have anything? Anything else they want to say or talk about real quick? See ya later. Thanks for joining the stream. I am legendary. Nice. Well, cool. Yeah, I'm going to try, like I said it on the last live stream, I am going to try to do live streams at least once a week. I hit 2 this week. I'm not counting today as for the next week because it's Sunday. It's very rare that I use that language. Even my internal language is English and sometimes Estonian. Wow. That's very, very interesting, actually. So you've trained yourself to... Wow. So English is not your native language. Did you grow up speaking English as well? Or was Persian the main language spoke at your house? Or wherever you live? I know you said you lived in a bunch of different countries, but I'm anxious to see... Or I'm interested to know what, what that is. Because that's very, very interesting. They don't write vowels. Gotcha. That's super weird. But I'm interested to know, because changing your internal language is nuts, man. That's crazy. But I guess if you're familiar enough in a language, I don't know what the crap that was falling from the... That's super crazy to me. Persian was the only language in my home. Wow, that's crazy. That's really crazy, man. That you changed your internal thought language. That's nuts. Because when I think in Esperanto sometimes, but it's because I force myself to. It's not natural. You know what I mean? Like I'm never just like, oh, blah blah blah, whatever in my head. Like I think about it in English, and then sometimes I'll forcibly make myself think in Esperanto. That's pretty wild, man. Well, cool. Thanks everybody for checking it out. I will be back with a live stream again within the next week. I might do some of these while editing videos or something, just to have a little bit of extra time, or I might hang out for just a little bit sometime else. I don't know. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, I did have a video up today. This is not the video today. This is just a bonus live stream, so there is a video currently up. Definitely go check that out. Dropped at 9 this morning. If you are new here, I do videos every single day, and I have since June the 6th of 2016. So definitely stick around as I do content all the time. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video and hopefully the next live stream super soon. Thanks, guys.